First thing that we're going to be talking about is the ideas and the how-to around video-based instruction. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of years of evolution that has really prepared our brains to learn in a particular way. And I can't help but wonder what the cave guys were doing. I find that a hard thing to envision, that they're sitting in the cave and the grand hunter stands up and says, okay, children, this is a spear, and this is how you use the spear. And they do that for a month before they go out on the hunt. I doubt that that was there. I think what happened was these children were born and they watched and they saw other people in their community doing the different tasks that they needed to do to survive. And at whatever particular time, they decided to try it. So let's look at people with disabilities. Should we go against thousands of years of evolution? Here's what I call indirect learning. We have all these different language, communication stuff. Language goes to our five senses, gets into our brain, we process the language, then we come out, we turn that language into a picture and we say, oh, now I got it. Most of us do that without thinking about it too much. But if you have a disability, why don't we just bypass all of it? And we'll take all of the things that we see in our senses and get them directly there. I see myself doing it. I can see it from a point of view. There's no language involved. You're just directly taking pieces of information, video-based, auditory, visual, and it goes directly. There's no middleman. There's no processing. So those disorders that I was talking about earlier, this mitigates a lot of the problems that happen between all of this processing stuff. And we can go straight to the point. Does that make sense there, Liz? That's kind of the theories. Advertisers are the pros at video self-modeling and video modeling. This is what they do. This is the science behind it. And we remember it. Think of the things that we do that are self-destructive because some stupid ad gets stuck in our head and we just decided we absolutely had to have that car or we had to have that particular piece of clothing or whatever. They are the pros. So when we're talking about video models, think about advertising. Think about the jingles. Think about who's in it. Think about how people remember these things over and over and over. It's direct learning. Let's talk a little bit about video self-modeling. I'm going to show you a short kind of news clip about video self-modeling. But before I do, I want to kind of give my old mentor a plug here. This is going to talk about Tom Buggy's work. Tom Buggy was originally at Memphis, and he's now at the System Institute in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Lillian Bickford is among a growing number of children.
I still couldn't see it, and I didn't want to see it. But I did have to acknowledge the fact that she was delayed in many areas, and we needed to do something to address that.
Lillian was diagnosed with autism.
It's my opinion that, at least in the more mild forms of autism, that there is a rise.
Statistics show that about 1 in every 150 children in the United States develop autism or an autism-related condition. Dr. Tom Buggy from the Siskin Children's Institute is now using a relatively new method when it comes to treating autism. It's called video self-modeling.
That we video children performing a task or behavior slightly beyond their ability.
Then they manipulate the filming. In Lillian's case, Dr. Buggy says they focus on social interaction.
For example, with Lillian, we are looking at social interactions. So we would go out in the playground and bring in her peers and have them interact with her, almost like they become co-stars.
Then it's edited into a 2 to 3 minute video, and Lillian can watch herself interacting with other children. Children with autism are very visual learners, so this video self-modeling study plays to their strengths, allowing them to look forward rather than backwards.
For example, with language, we can get a child to imitate and say words. And we can combine those words then into longer sentences so that it looks like they're slightly ahead of where they presently are.
When it comes to autism, kids are normally diagnosed in the first 3 years of life, show limited social and communication skills. Warning signs Lillian displayed. But now with the video self-modeling study, Lillian's mom says she sees signs of improvement.
So I am seeing a change in her behavior. She's using more words together to form sentences in her own little way.
And that's definitely a step in the right direction. No doubt, this video was a big hit with Lillian.
Good job, Lillian. Nice playing. Finished? Finished.
Latrice Curry, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
Okay, so that's just a